Time passes slowly in the forest, but it never stands still. Beneath the quiet majesty of these forest giants, we find the never-ending bustle of industry, as busy and as complicated as any major city, where every living thing has a mission and a purpose. And each one plays an important role in the circle of life.
I just love being out in the woods this time of the year. Good morning, guys.
Morning, Tom.
Hey, little fella, what's your problem? It looks like you've just lost your last friend.
I dropped out of my tree. I'll never get back.
Ah, come on now, let's get that chin up. What's your name?
My name's Okie, Okie Acorn.
Well, I'm glad to meet you, Okie. My name's Tom Koetter.
Hi, Tom.
So you fell out of the tree, did you? Well, it's not the end of the world, you know.
No, it's just the end of me, that's all.
No, Okie, it isn't the end. It's just the beginning.
The beginning? How?
You could grow up to be one of these trees someday.
Really? Do you think so?
I know so. Come on, I'll show you.
To everything, there is a season. Plants and animals alike provide each other with food, shelter, and comfort. And so it continues. A braided chain, never ending. And no single link in this chain could survive were it not for the others. Humans have a mission too, responsibly managing the resources of the forest. Wood is everywhere. It is an ingredient in some form in more than 10,000 products, which is exactly why sustainable forestry is so important.
Hey, what's all that racket? And why are those guys cutting down trees? Come on, let's stop them.
Now hold on there, Okie. The proper harvesting of trees plays an important part of good forest management. Most of the trees we harvest are not cut until they reach a mature stage.
Do you plant new trees in the forest to replace the ones you cut down?
No, the forest regenerates itself, Okie. Thousands of new trees grow from seeds, just like you.
Wow, that's a lot of trees.
It is a lot of trees. Now, they won't all grow to maturity, but the cycle of life in the forest helps the ones that survive to become big and strong.
With sustainable forestry practices, a management plan enables monitored growth and optimum growing conditions for our maturing forests. From tiny seedlings to strong, healthy saplings to mature, harvestable trees, the cycle of life continues, ensuring a healthy forest for the future. A well-managed forest is beneficial in more ways than one. Not only do trees give us the raw materials for an amazing variety of products, they're also the source of the very oxygen we breathe. The opposite is true with decaying trees. For every pound of wood that decays or burns, 1 pound of oxygen is used up, while 1.5 pounds of carbon dioxide is released back into the atmosphere. Evidence once again of the cycle of life in motion, and another reason to harvest a tree at its peak of maturity. When people think of the timber industry, they think of logs and lumber and furniture. But wood is everywhere, in almost everything we use. In fact, if it were not for wood products, life as we know it would be unimaginable. Let's take a look at an average family having breakfast, getting ready for another busy day. How different do you think this scene would be if we took away all the wood products and byproducts? There would be no morning paper, no napkins or cereal boxes. Sorry, Dad, no cinnamon rolls or coffee either. Those things come from trees. Of course, there would be no wood furniture, so say goodbye to the table and chairs. There would be no cabinets, no molding or trim, no wallpaper, for that matter, no walls, floor, or ceiling. And of course, there would be no house. Oops! Even some of the clothes we wear contain wood fiber. Life without wood products really would be like living on another planet. In fact, life itself would be impossible.
What happened to the lights? Where did everything go?
Don't worry, Yoki. Electricity can be generated from wood, too.
Do you really get electricity from trees?
Sure, lots of people do. At Koetter Woodworking, we burn the sawdust we create to produce heat for our dry kilns.
Wow. The only thing I knew about trees was that they live and grow in the forest. I never realized all the things they really do.
Most people don't, but now you see what an important job you have ahead of you.
From the baseball bat that hits a home run in the World Series, to the newspapers we read, to the very homes we live in, trees provide us with the raw materials necessary for a mind-boggling array of products. But they do more than that. They provide us with breathtaking beauty and wonder. They shade us from the sun and make many of our recreational spots even more enjoyable. They aid in the protection of our soils and watersheds. And they provide a habitat for vegetation and wildlife as well.
Are you going to cut down trees in my forest?
If you take a closer look, you can see we already have.
You have? Well, then how come all these trees are still here?
See that stump? Look at all the little seedlings growing up around it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
That's an example of the regeneration process in the forest.
There is no need for replanting in a well-managed forest. Mother Nature does an excellent job of that on her own. We can meet today's growing needs and ensure that the needs of future generations will be met too, if we manage our forests responsibly.
Hey, Tom, I have a question.
Well, let's have it.
Doesn't all this have an effect on the environment and all?
Sure it does. Everything we do has an effect on the environment. That's why we try to work with the forest to help make it more productive.
An acre of forest will always produce the same amount of wood, whether it's in an unmanaged forest and scattered around in the form of smaller trees and saplings, or concentrated into a stand of high-grade timber in a well-managed forest. By following the principles of sustainable forestry, we are able to both meet consumers' ever-increasing demand for wood products and, at the same time, maintain a sound environmental stewardship ethic that integrates the harvesting of trees with the conservation of soil, water, and wildlife habitats. Timber is our greatest renewable resource. If we are going to meet the continued growing demand for wood products, we must be environmentally responsible. We depend on healthy forests to maintain the quality of life we enjoy. Yes, time passes slowly in the forest, but it never stands still.
Okie. Okie. Okie, where are you?
Over here.
Hey, look at you. You made it.
I'm a tree, Tom. I'm a tree.
You're more than that, Okie. You're our future.
Producer of oxygen, purifier of water, a renewable non-fossil fuel, a natural versatile building material. When our forests are thriving and productive, good things happen for both the environment and the economy.
A lot of people are concerned about the future of the forest. They wonder if these woods will ever be here 100 years from now. If we're successful keepers of the forest, future generations will enjoy the benefits of the forest just as those who have gone before us. We know what's at stake, and we know what it takes. Because if these woods don't survive, neither do we. It's really that simple.